successful talk show is live. And you guys, this has been on my mind for about 2-3 weeks. And I'm going to tell you why I took massive action to actually do this and what is the purpose. And then I'm going to introduce you to my beautiful friend who jumped in, and I'm going to tell you what is this all about. So these talk shows are for my dreamers, for my hustlers, for my impact makers who are really ready to make global influence beyond just money. My spirit junkies and my badass people who are just so excited to make this humanity to take that next level. And I cannot to think of any better person to join me today and to open the floor than my beautiful Hala Shavani. I am so grateful for you to jump in last minute, because the primer guest who should be here today, and for some reason, for divine intervention, she got sick. and I jump in literally 2 hours ago and said, Hala, can you save my butt? And this is what real friends do. So I'm so grateful that you came here to open the floor for these beautiful talk shows. Mwah.
Well, thank you, Dee, for having me. Thank you for inviting me. Even on a short notice, I'm happy to be here and to support you and save your butt. Yesterday, you know what? Yesterday, I was listening to your podcast. I was listening to the last episode you did. Wow, that was so good, right? The one you had with Pine Valley. Yes, yes, it was amazing. So I was listening to it and I'm like, wow, I know that Dee said, she's going to have me soon. So I bet this is going to be me anytime. And today, this happens.
This is how universe works.
Yes.
It works in our favor and it works for the best of all of us. And I think that, I couldn't be even if this person, and I think it's always I think there is something that my audience just need to know, something from you. You have a message for my audience. It's not just you saving my butt, but I really believe, and you're such an intuition coach. You work with intuition, and you're not just coach, you're a mom, you are a business owner, a badass business owner, really changing this world. And I think that the intuition is playing such a big role in your business and also in our business, in business in general. I think that people are just awakening in this such a beautiful place to be right now. I feel that. And it's also, I think that people need to hear something that you have for us today.
Yes, there must be a reason for sure. I have so much to share. But you said it the universe, I feel like things are changing, people are evolving. I see so many changes in myself, just as I see in the people that surround me. People are awakening. They want more meaning. They want more fulfillment. It's not enough to have a good job anymore. It's not enough to be a mom. It's not enough to be, we women, I know this is how I feel. We want to be good at everything. We are amazing human beings that can give and make an impact in so many different areas. And maybe in the past we weren't as comfortable, being in business or being entrepreneurs. But today times have changed and you see so many women bulldozing and making immense impact in great areas and leading the way for others as well.
Yes, I think it's such a divine moment for women to actually claim their power and role in the world. And we can start here. I think it's let's just talk to this, because I come from, we both come from this world where a woman should be a stay-at-home mom. She should take care of kids. She should, take care of her husband. We come from this world. And maybe just to start, tell us where you come from. What is the culture there? And what do you see to be possible for us? And we have Kirti here. She's also from that part of, we women need to be at home. So tell us also in the chat, please, where are you guys tuning in? So we know who to speak to. Are you a mom? Are you a business owner? Where are you tuning in from? So Hala, take it away. Tell us
Sure.
where you come from and how are women treated there and how do you see women in the future?
Yes. So, how I see myself, I'm a mom of two amazing girls. I'm a wife to an amazing husband. I am an advocate for women, and not just any women. I feel strongly that I'm advocating for ethnic minorities, women from all sorts of the world to show up and to make an impact. And it's largely because of my previous life where I came from. 10 years back, my life was so different. I'm a first generation Middle Eastern immigrant in North America. But before I even ended up in North America in 2006, I grew up in the Middle East. I grew up in Lebanon. I lived during times of war, but beside the war, 16 years of civil war, I grew up in a Middle Eastern and an Arabic environment where the woman is always secondary to men. And maybe not very much in every aspect, but I've seen it. I've seen it in my mom, who put her dreams on hold of being an actress and just was an amazing mom and an amazing, support from my dad in raising us. So I was seeing all this around me, women working hard, hustling to support their families, but I didn't see women following their dreams, standing out in their own, superpower, and that stayed with me. So when I went to the U.S., when I went and started working in Arizona, I started seeing how society is different, how environment changes who you are, and I started seeing myself as a more active advocate for women in business. And that's how it all started. I was working, for me as an immigrant, I thought, the best way to get a better life is to work hard and to hustle. And I did that. I did that for 15 years in, corporate environment and different 9 to 5 jobs up until I reached a point where I felt there must be a better way. Like, this is not the only way to kill yourself 65 hours a week to make a better life. This is when I started being, more awakened to my own powers, my own strengths that I was for a long time subduing. I was kind of not showing up as strong as I was deep inside. And this is where I started building my confidence, showing up as me, and I started seeing so many women and people around me also want to show up as them. They want to embrace their powers. They don't want to be just mom or just wifey. They want to be everything, and we're capable of being everything.
Oh, so beautiful. Um, I know that this is something that my mom always says to me when she comes to visit us. She comes 2 to 3 times per year. Not now during this time, but she comes and she see me as she wants to project her own role. She was such a perfectionist and she would like clean all of the time. Like our house with 3 kids, like it was always so freaking clean. And I was like, oh my goodness, like always this perfectionist. And she was also working full-time job and taking care of everything. And I think that she just puts so much pressure when she comes and I feel that I need to perform for her. I always feel like, everything needs to be perfect. And do you feel like anytime like that external people like put so much pressure to something and you just feel, stop, no, I don't want to be this, don't put me into the box. How can we deal with that?
Yes. Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about because I lived my whole life pleasing my father, pleasing the society that I'm living in, and pleasing everyone but myself. I felt like something is missing. And I think if, today there's someone listening to us and they also feel, I'm fitting in the mold. I feel like it's not totally me that's showing up. I need to be more myself That's you telling yourself that this is what you need to do. That's your intuition guiding you. We have to listen to it. Our intuition comes in energy, comes in like flashes of ideas. Our intuition comes in feelings. When we follow the feeling, if you're feeling, I'm not fulfilled in what I do, maybe this 9 to 5 job, you've outgrown it. Maybe you're made for bigger than this. Follow the feeling. Follow what makes you feel good. Talk about it with yourself. Say, Hala, what is it that I want? Write them down. What is it that would make you happy? What is it that lights you up? Honestly, the fact of writing things changes perspective. Not just thinking about it and dreaming about it, but writing it down. Write all your options. Let your mind go wild. What could you be? What could you be that would make you feel good? Think about your future. Where do you see something that you're doing that lights you up? Write down all your options and let your intuition guide you. That means see which option feels good, which option doesn't really feel fully aligned with who you are today. Go with the option that feels good to you. Maybe it's not going to be easy. I'm not saying feels comfortable, but feels good. Oh my God, when I think of myself being a motivational speaker on stages, inspiring people, that brings me so much life, that makes me feel alive. That's a sign that you should follow that path. And it might take 2 years, 3 years, but you know where the end goal is. And that's what's so important. Knowing where do we want to head. We today have the opportunity to live an intentional life. No longer life is forced on us. You have to live a certain way. Everybody lives the way they want, the way that feels good to them. So follow that feeling and make things happen. This is what I would say to them. Follow the feeling. Don't be afraid to take bold action. You know what? A lot of people I work with, they say, but I'm afraid that right now I'm such a respected leader in my corporate job. But what people say about me, I'm going to be just a small coach, consultant. No one knows about me. They're afraid to start. They forget that we all started from the beginning. Every successful Tony Robbins, every successful person had a beginning, and this is how they started.
Yeah. Oh, amen, sister. Like, yes, 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 yes. When you talked about do what makes you feel good. Like, why do we need to do something that doesn't feel good? Like,
Yes.
who said that we should be doing something that doesn't light our soul on fire? Like, and I want you guys to jump into the chat box and say, what would be like something that you would really love to do in next 1 year, 2, 10 years?
Yeah.
Tell us in the comments. What is that would light your soul on fire? Let's have a conversation. And also, put in the comment, put a question. We have some questions that my audience actually asked and wanted to know from our guests. So we have a few questions, but I want to address questions live for you guys and want to honor you who are live here. So if you have any question for Hala, like just drop below and we're going to have a conversation around it, because we want to support you. You're the winners. You're here live with us and we want to support you who are live. But also tell us what would, like, if you would have all the resources right now, what would you love to do? Like, oh my God, I'm so excited about it.
I feel today, I can't even tell you how grateful I am today to live the life of my dreams. Live the life, and I mean it. Dee, when I first 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, I started my business. And I have to say this because I don't feel too many people talk about the struggles of starting. But when I started, remember I had said I've been working 65 hours for 15 years in corporate. So when I started, even though I started my business to have more freedom, to have more work-life balance, to have more time for me, once I started, I reverted back to the same old habits. I found myself sitting behind the computer for 10 hours a day trying to establish my business. Then all of a sudden it hit me. What am I doing? This is not why I started my business. I started my business because I wanted that freedom, the entrepreneurial freedom. There must be a better way. I was also hustling, and hustling doesn't make you feel good. We know that. What makes you feel good is being. And when I realized that shift, I was introduced to this concept, the be, do, have concept by my
Yes.
mentor, James Wedmore. But really, it struck a chord with me that I was constantly doing. I was constantly trying to do this in my business, trying to write a program, trying to launch a course, but I wasn't being the person that I wanted, that person that wanted to be happy and inspiring and impactful. And I realized that I needed to change once again. So I changed my habits in order to build my business while having the balance that I craved, while being available for my two little ones, and while being in the moment, living those amazing experiences that are bringing me to my full potential.
Ah, so good, so good. And we have some comments in a chat. Ooh, this is good. I love the be do have and everything. Like be do have concept has changed my life as well. I actually heard this from Jim Fortin and then from Catherine Zankina. And I just said, this speaks so much to me. And I actually stole the concept and write it in my book. I don't know who is the founder of this concept, but I really love to talk about this concept in a way that you can be, do, and have anything you desire. Anything you desire. So my dreamers, know and trust. Know and trust that everything and anything is available for you when you put I think that intuition played such a big role in my business this year, such a big role. And what you said, I no longer want to hustle. I just want to be guided by my higher self. If my higher self says, something is logical, this decision is so freaking logical, I'm gonna work my butt off to get this because that's who I am. There is a way that feels so effortless. It doesn't have any common sense. But it's just something is pulling me there. It's pulling me. I don't need to push. It's pulling me. And I would say, Dee, this doesn't make a logical sense. This is not a right investment. This is not, it's not going to be a good money or whatever. And I would go this way. And this way lead me always to burnout. Always. I'm not talking about failure, you guys, because I don't believe in failure. And you will probably have something to say on that. I believe in lessons. But burnout is that's not even a lesson. It's something that I go consciously. I go towards that consciously because I'm just programmed to hustle. And I think this year, I don't know what's happening, but intuition always guides me to this place of self-fulfillment.
Absolutely.
Maybe I
What you
work,
said,
maybe I work, I do the work. I'm not just lying and meditating. It's I still do the work, but it feels so good. It feels effortless. I don't know if you guys can feel it, but things that I do now in my business are I would make a choice and make this and work to 12 hours. But I make a conscious decision to work 6 or even 7 hours. It's a conscious decision. And I enjoy it. I freaking love every piece of my business right now.
yes, I can definitely relate to what you said because, like you said, I'm programmed to hustle. I'm programmed thinking the harder I work, the better results I have. this year, maybe it's like everything that's happening in 2020, the pandemic, all the changes I'm seeing, it's guiding me to lean on my intuition a lot more. And I use it in my business. I love my rational thinking. I'm a left brain thinker, so I'm always gonna revert to that, numbers and statistics. But
Our left thinkers, like, drop in the comment if you're a left thinker. Like, say it, like, left thinker here.
yeah, seriously, let us know if that's you too. But this year, what I'm like, I've realized that I have a tool. My intuition is that tool that's built in, like a built in compass that I'm not using to my advantage.
Yeah.
So I started using it. I put all my options. So let's say a launch, or let's say an offer that I want to create in my business. I put down all the offers that I think would be great for my business, that my ideal client wants. And then I think about each one of them. How do I feel when I'm delivering this offer versus this offer? And I let my intuition and my feelings guide me into the one that I should be doing.
Yes, and that's where what makes writing so good. And Kirti just said she wrote. Oh, this is beautiful, Kirti. We're gonna put you on the spot. Let's just read what Kirti wrote. In 10 years, I wish to be a hand holding people making. Um, so she has a brand called T2T aligned products and have created a successful market to such products globally. Just writing this makes uncomfortable, but definitely great.
Awesome.
You guys, if it feels uncomfortable, it's not the sometimes we feel this feels uncomfortable. It should feel uncomfortable because that's the path to growth.
Yeah. And it's new. It's something new.
So I have a really good question, and I think this one is on spot. How do you this one is so good. So I want to know from you. Where is it? We have so many great questions. How do you build? So here's the question. How do you build the muscle of telling the truth to yourself?
Ooh. This is all about being in integrity with yourself, just like you are being in integrity with people. When you tell people I'm going to do something, probably 99% of us do it because we don't want to disappoint people. Plus, it's our credibility. When we say we want to do something to others, we do it. But oftentimes, when we commit to ourselves, we don't do it, or we don't do it as consistently as we should. And you just have to remind yourself that's you being in integrity with yourself, keeping your word to yourself, your commitment to yourself. That's just as important. And it's crazy that she mentions that today, because yesterday as well, we are both with Selena Sue, and yesterday she posted something about being in integrity. And it made me think that, yes, sometimes I keep my word to others, but I don't always keep my word to myself, to the things I said I'm going to do. I leave myself at the end. So this just comes at the right time. We have to be just as committed to our own dreams and goals, just as we are to others.
I want to dive deep into this because I didn't see the post from Selena, but I was listening to podcast with James and Jelly, where they talk about personal power and integrity. And I was literally, I do not kid you guys. Was it today or yesterday when I went live? I was holding a book, Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. I was holding that book, and one of the agreements is integrity, to keep your word. And I wanted to go live and talk about the book, and I was like, something else is coming to me. I swear to God, like I swear, this is so on point. So because this is coming to us right now, and we have so many signs that we need to keep our word, but word to ourselves. So I want you guys to connect with your whatever, your higher self, your spirit, the God, whoever. And let's just think for 3 or 5 seconds. Where are you not keeping your promise to yourself?
Good. That's a good question. Yeah.
So I want you just pause and just to think, where are you not keeping promise to yourself? Where are you taking, your personal power away from you?
Yeah. And as they're writing or thinking, I'm going to share something that yesterday I thought about when I saw that post. When I was a leader in a corporation, every time I'd put a deadline, I would kill myself to make the deadline. It was like imperative because that's my word, that's my credibility, that's my team. I noticed in the beginning of my entrepreneurship, I would put a deadline, and then as I come closer to the deadline, I would be overthinking it. I'll be like, well, I'm my own boss now. I can move the deadline a little further. And then I caught myself. I'm like, no, 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 no. I need to be as committed to my own business as I am to other people's businesses. Right? I owe it to myself. We all owe it to ourselves, to our own growth and development, to keep our word to ourselves.
And this is what I did the same. And I think it's like, it's the same. You would do something that you commit yourself to do for your clients. But if you say, oh, I need to, go live on the page, and you would feel like, I don't feel like it in the morning. I don't want to go live, and I'm going to go tomorrow. No one knows. Heck,
Yeah.
you didn't keep promise for yourself. You betrayed the only person that mattered.
That's true. Oh, I see the comment.
Let me say this again. If you don't keep a promise for yourself, you betray yourself. And not just once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 times. And this is where you become out of integrity for yourself. And that's a dangerous zone. That's a very dangerous zone.
Yeah.
So once
I just thought of the question that was just asked. I thought of something that would help us keep our integrity with ourselves and our word. It's managing our emotions. Because sometimes we don't want to do it like you said, oh, I don't feel like it. I don't feel like going live today. But managing our emotions and being in integrity means no matter how you feel, you still do what you said you would.
Yes.
Managing your emotion. Don't fall into what you're feeling today. Remember the bigger picture.
Good. And I think that what helped me, and this is building the team. That kept me if I say something, I have people who hold me accountable. Also accountability, having people, having support, having coaches, having buddies, but also my team. If I say that this podcast needs to be on the platform by 10 a.m. in the morning so people can actually do the production, I need to get my butt up and actually record the thing. If I don't, the whole chain gets you dump. I betray my people. So having accountability system, I think what I do, I'm such a dreamer. I don't know about you. And do you remember when we had a call with James? No, it was not with James, but coaches. And I was telling how I just go, I just fly away, and I can't my team just can't keep up with my ideas. And this is where I need to pause, and I have this great vision, and I just need to hold, this is the project, this is where we're going, and I need them to hold me accountable and to hold me back, just stop, this is where you need to go. And they really, I let go of control, and I just let them do the damn thing. And here's a great question. I think this is a nice transition. This is for my hustlers. What do you do when you can't hire due to finances, or barter due to leverage, better due to leverage. Do you know focus, do the things you aren't good at, if those are the things you need to get done to achieve the next level of success. So the things that you now focus on, they are not your zone of genius, and you know that you need to hire, but due to finances, you don't hire.
Yes, yes. So, of course, we all have, look, we want to start a business, but sometimes finances are tight. And a barter system is great because there's so many other people starting in the world, starting their business. Maybe you're good at one thing. Find someone who complements you, someone who's good at some other skills or tools that you need in your business. Make a connection with them, support them maybe in engagement, support them in different ways, get on a Zoom call one-to-one with them and tell them how you can help your business, their business, and how they can support your business. If they are also starting out, a barter system where you exchange services for each other is great. It's beneficial for both of you and it keeps the budget in check.
Oh, so good. Oh, this is so good. I love this. Let me check in the comments. We have a great conversation here. Woohoo! Hey Anna, hey Mirjana, hey Tina. So good to see you, ladies. Anna is here. Oh my goodness, you ladies are on fire. The chat is on fire. Delegation and house help is not working. So yeah, good. Tina, like just think about, is there something that you can actually not delegate, but compromise with your hubby? Is there something that you can, or you need to compliment? And this is a great example. And my hubby, if he's listening right now, like I was such a, I'm still a badass. So we have this, smoke alarms in our house. And one of these, broke 2 days ago. And we live in a wooden house. So it's like, these Swedish houses are wooden house. And we need to have them like in every corner. And one of them like broke down and he put this down and he wouldn't go and buy it. And I went today and I bought it and I was fixing, and he said, babe, you're such a boss. You fix everything. And I said, yes, I do. But could I actually said to him, rather than go and do it myself, I saw that his ego was actually hurting. And instead of me like actually asking him, after your work, could you go and actually buy this thing and fix it? But instead I took a control, and this is where I again go to that, I need to have everything in control. So maybe, Tina, having a conversation, and I see this in daily life, I take over because I don't want to have a conversation.
Okay.
I take over the things because I don't want to have a conversation. And he would love to do that. He would love to do that because, I know that. But it's just like, for me, it's just easier. I'm just going to go, I'm going to fix it. I don't want to bother with conversation. And there are so many things in our life that we are still doing because we think that it's easier to do than to ask for help.
Yeah. And the thing is, sometimes when we ask for help, we give the other person the opportunity to rise up to the expectations that we have of them. We're not supposed to do everything ourselves. There's some things in my family with my husband I know how to do, but I know how he loves to do it and support me. So I keep it, okay, when George comes in, he can help me with that. And this way, he feels like he's contributing to the household. He's contributing to my business, to also supporting me to be successful. Give people the opportunity to rise and meet your expectations. And this way, you free up some time for yourself to do other things that are in your zone of genius.
Especially, I think, with partners, they're like our partners, they are meant to support us. I think this is also one of the things that I need to work on, like be better in receiving help and asking for that help at home. Because also I don't want my kids to be like, yes, it is like, I want them to feel powerful and I want them to feel that, they're really empowered, my girls. But also, it's okay. Men can do stuff as well. I don't want them to feel, I'm gonna crush my man because I can do everything. It should be like, balance between. We both know our zone of genius, but we also, can actually rely on each other without, if I say to him, will you fix that? I know that he's gonna fix it. I don't question it. And sometimes it's just like, I'm just gonna do it myself. And yes, it is huge, especially, Mirjana, the story. This is a huge, I don't want to have a conversation. I don't want to ask for help because I can do it all my own, and it's in the business, it's the same.
Yeah, well, absolutely. It's usually us, and it transpires in real, like in our life as in our business, because we are the one creating that reality.
Good. That's true. I'm terrible at asking help, says Yana. Wanted to do myself, but now I realize I do need help with my lunch. Yeah. Who better to help? You came, and this is so amazing because Yana is one of my students, and she came back from the woods after a while, and she joined us for a training today. And I'm just so grateful that you guys are actually, coming in, asking for help. So joining me here, I just want to say that I so appreciate you guys for being here. Like you're the best. Like I have the best students and clients. Like I'm so grateful for you guys. So thank you. I have another question. So we both are moms, and we have like here, I think, Kirtina, Mirjana, Yana, all moms. Yeah, all moms. Oana is still not a mom. I haven't catch up with you, but yeah, all moms in general. How do you balance motherhood and business?
Sorry,
this is like the question.
You were cutting off a little bit. Can you say the question again?
So how do you balance motherhood and business?
Yeah. So this is a very good question because it all comes down to your priority. When you sit down and realize and think about what is my priority, the biggest thing that comes in first is what you need to prioritize your time for. When I started my business, I was clear that my priority today is my family, my kids. So I had a conversation with my husband. I said, listen, I want to start a business. This is where I think it's going to lead with time. He said to me, Hala, I love that you have this idea, but I know how you are. You're going to forget about everything else and just focus on this. And that was good for me to hold me. I said, you hold me accountable. So how do I balance motherhood and business? And even my husband has a business that I work with as well, that I help him with. I schedule everything that I need for my family first, outside of work. That happens before 9 in the morning and after 4 in the afternoon. This is me being mom. I'm in mom mode in those times. But between 9 and 4, they are at school. This is where I schedule all my business activities, my coaching calls with my clients, my discovery calls, my lives. Everything happens in the time where my kids are at school. This way, I keep them a priority and I keep my business a priority and keep my commitment. When they come in, I don't touch anything in the house except before 9. So I wake up, if I did the bed, it's going to be before they leave. If I did breakfast, before they leave. Once they go, I come to my office, and this is where my work day starts up until I have to go pick them up from school. After that, I go in the kitchen, cook my stuff with them, have dinner, and be available for them. This way, I'm satisfying my own craving to make an impact, to reach my full potential, but I'm also not compromising the priority of my life, which is my family.
So beautiful, so beautiful. And I want you guys to follow Hala on Instagram. We're gonna put it. So just type her name and you're gonna find her on Instagram, because she actually showcased how she balanced the family. And I think that this was such a beautiful question, because she walks her talk. She
Thank
showcased in the stories. By the way, if you're using stories, just do the stories because they are such a beautiful behind the scenes of your business. And Hala always like has this beautiful relationship with her family, with her daughters, and she always have these great dinners, and her daughters making her dinner. It's such a beautiful relationship. Yeah, and you guys go and follow her because she's such a the things what I see with you and your family is like this is not something that is curated. If your daughter makes the dinner, that's not just like that moment, but I was thinking that needs to be something like before. It needs to be built up. It needs to be something that it's incorporated in family values that now shows up as that.
Yes.
This is like such a great showcase. So go guys, like really follow because she's a mom and like badass business owner. So go and follow her. Like she's amazing. And I would love to, because you said, how does your business look like? So what is the business model that you are working on right now? I want to know, do you work like one-on-one, group coaching, like how does that look like now?
Sure, I'd love that. So, as a business coach, I am focused on helping women and ethnic minorities uncover their true powers again and then make an impact in the world. What does that mean? I work with women who have accumulated some sort of an experience, maybe in a 9 to 5 job. I help them move it online. So we think about, what is it their passion? What is something that lights them up that they can bring online to help others with? This is my business model. I work with them either one on one or in a group program, but I do a 3 month mentorship where we build their online business using their expertise. So I have my own framework, which is the balanced framework. Why did I make that balanced framework? Because I wanted to keep my family first. That's the biggest difference between my framework and other people that promote online business, that tell you, this is what you should do to grow your business online. I agree with them, but this is what worked for me because it allowed me to stay with my family, but also grow my business. I'm actually just working, one of my commitments to myself, Dee, is to serve my clients and serve other aspiring entrepreneurs through a challenge. So I have a challenge coming up in the beginning of December, 5 days to pivot online and monetize your expertise and start your online business from scratch. This is the time to do it. There's so many people that I've been in touch with and talked with that are looking for meaning, looking for fulfillment, looking for multiple sources of income. We can't no longer rely on one income from a job because we don't know how stable that is going to be. Using the online modern world and putting our knowledge out there and helping people create impact with what we know, helping them better their lives and make an income while we're doing it. This was a dream come true to me, and it's happening, and I'm helping other women do the same. So, throughout the challenge, this will be a 5 day. After the challenge, whoever is seriously committed to starting their business, they can join me in the 3 months mentorship that starts in the beginning of January. In 3 months, we'll work through all the phases that they need to start and grow a profitable profitable online business today based on their own personal brand. So we talk about, how do you establish your online authority? What is your brand? How do people see you? How do they, how can they relate to you? What kind of solutions people are looking for that you can provide them because it's something that comes naturally to you.
Oh, love this. And you guys, I'm gonna pop the challenge link and also the Instagram link so you can follow Hala and like take this challenge because it's such a great opportunity to stretch yourself. I think that challenges, what I love the most with challenges is just the fact that we get to be with like-minded people, and we all have the same goal.
Yes.
We all have the same outcome. We are chasing something, and we are all in this together. So having like, community where you support each other, like that's the best. I love challenges. So definitely we're gonna pop this. To close this conversation, it was so good. It was so spicy, and we have such a great
Yeah.
balance. Look, and I want to acknowledge both of you, like Tina, you guys who have kids at home. Like, I just want to say kudos to you guys. Like,
Yes,
kudos.
kudos to all moms out there.
Like, seriously, you guys who are, hustling and having your kids and trying to do something. And let me tell you, like, Miriam, you too. Like, I just want to say, for us mates, for me, I take this so for granted. My kids are in school. We don't have lockdown. I never had a feeling that, that I need to juggle between that. And I don't even see it as a balance. I don't see this. I think that my mom, I want to just tell my opinion about balance. I think my mom, she put this, I am, a mom at home, and I am, this employee at work. And when I come home, I leave my job there and I can be 100% mom. For me, it doesn't work like that. My identity is someone who is like, I make shit happen. Like, I make impact. Whether that's like, and I always go from that perspective. Is that something that I need to empower my girls, or is that something that I need to work with my husband? I always have this awareness that everything that I do impacts everyone around me. And it needs to be, I have this awareness that everything that I do, it needs to be something greater than just me. It doesn't, it's not just for me. And that's the identity of entrepreneur. I feel that this is the identity of this is something that I can just take away and, box it and I say, I close my shop at 4 p.m., It's something that, and that's why I think that the balance for me doesn't work. I am an entrepreneur. That's my core identity. It's just something that, I always strive for something greater than just me. It's not just, I'm going to put focus on my kids and I'm going to prioritize. If that's focus on kids, how does that serve, like, if I'm focusing on them, how do I empower them to be better humans that they can empower the humanity? In that, like, I hope that I'm not making this like douche, but that's how I see balance. I don't see balance in my life. It's just how I feel that it's just for me. My mom maybe was like that, I cut my my job and then I'm at home and I do my home stuff. For me, I'm always with my business. My entrepreneurial mind is always on speed. Like, it's always working.
Yeah, and it's all balance is doing what works for us. There's no one way to balance things. Balance might look different for you than me, than Curdy, than someone else. Everybody has their own balance. How do you know that you are creating balance? Is when you're actually enjoying what you're doing. If you're feeling rushed all the time, stressed, then you don't have balance. Do what works for you. This is the balance that you need in your life, the balance that works with your personality of the people that are in your family. Also, the other thing with balance is quality over quantity. It doesn't matter how many hours you're available for your kids if you're on your phone or if you're not engaging with them. I could be with them 1 hour a day, but during that hour, I'm chatting with them, I'm talking, I'm listening, and then they go off maybe on their device and they're feeling happy and supported.
Yes.
And I can go back to my office in the evening. It's all about quality of things versus, okay, I'm going to spend 10 hours, but they're going to see their mom miserable, not happy, yelling at them in those 10 hours. No, that's not balance.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love this. I love this, because a lot of people ask me, my kids, they wake up 6 a.m. And they're very, very early. And I do between 6 and 6:30, I do my morning routine. Interrupted. They already know. Like mama is doing her like leave her alone. But they after that, we have a full hour in the morning where we cuddle, we eat breakfast, we dance, we make up. It's they know that I'm available after this half an hour. I just need that time for myself, and then I make sure that I'm available for them. And also, like, I'm there 1 hour, and then I leave them at school or preschool, and then when they come, it's again like it's 1 hour of full time. If they are like, okay, we want to be alone, they are alone, but we spend time 1 hour together. And sometimes after 15 minutes, they would say, you're boring, like, and they go their way. But I make sure that I make myself available so they know that I'm here. And I'm also clear boundaries. If there is something that I need to do in the afternoon, I say, I'm here now for half an hour, but after that, I have a call for an hour. You can't interrupt me. And they would know, okay, this is for half an hour, and then she's going to go, and she will be there, and then she's going to come back. So these are like really boundaries and priorities.
Yeah.
So I think that's how it works for me.
That's very smart, creating the boundaries and telling them it's okay to say it's the afternoon and I'm working. They need to see their mom taking different roles, not just being in the kitchen or cleaning. They need to see us in different roles. My kids know sometimes in the evening I take calls as well. 7 in the evening is a great time after dinner. Everyone is, just relaxing. It's a great time for me to come and do a coaching call. So they know that, they see it after the call. They come in. How was it? What did you guys talk about? They want to know. This is us awakening them to the possibilities. You can be anything you want. You're not bounded to be one thing at a time. You just have to create the structure that supports what you want to achieve in your life.
And this is good. So Kirti says, let's just spend another 5 minutes on this. I hope that's okay, Hala, because I think this is such a great topic, and I know that these girls are always asking the same thing. It's about, I tried to set up boundaries, but my kids just get upset. They just don't like it. Don't sit in front of computer because I'm gonna snap. And I think here is so important. That's how I say it. It takes time. It takes time for them to adjust to a new role of yours. Because if you were just a mom to them, in their eyes for 2 years, you were just a mom. You were always available for them. And I always did that the same. I always put my oldest daughter, I always put her first. Until I said, you know what? Hold on. If I can't fill my cup first and do what makes me happy, I cannot support you. And I'm clear in communicating. Now she's 13, and it's okay for me to, clearly communicate with little ones. It's just getting, they will try, and the curve will go like, oh, they will be very upset. But they will like at the end, they will drop. They need to see you holding to that boundary. You are the one who don't need to break the boundary. They can break the boundary. You need to hold the boundary.
Yeah, I love that you said that, because kids are gonna test us like everything. Remember the 2-year-old, like 2-year-old tantrums, they are going to test you. You're gonna say, mom is busy. They're gonna come and try open the door and come and bug you and come and talk to you, because they want to see if you are really busy and how you'd respond. This is the pivotal moment to teach them. You can show them, hey, look, I'm starting a session in 5 minutes. This is the person I'm talking to about, I'm going to talk to. This is what I'm going to be doing. Go to spend an hour, let's say, set them up for an activity, and then come back, check on them. The other thing that I know that works for my kids, they don't like surprises. Like if they come in and I'm not there, that's like, where's mom? What happened? That's why in the morning, I try to set the day for them. When you come back from school, I'm going to bring you, I'm going to drop you home, I'm going to go take care of something and come back. I'm going to need you to help me in the kitchen. Let's cook dinner together. Then you'll have some time on your own. So I've already set the day or the evening the way it works for me, but I informed them. I said, I want your help. Come help me in the kitchen. Then you're able to take an hour on your own. Already I've planned something in that hour, a call, something to work on, but they don't know. They're feeling that they are part of the decision making. This I realize this works for my kids. They like to be involved. They don't like it when I tell them, okay, I'm not here now or I'm not available. They like to know ahead of time.
Right. Yes. I agree. And just acknowledgement from Tina. Thanks, Dee, and Hala makes me feel better for tomorrow. I need that hour with my toddler uninterrupted. We'll switch off my brains for that 1 hour. Yes. So good. I am excited for you guys. These were such a great takeaways. Drop some love for my Hala in the comment. Tell her what you appreciate about this conversation. Like, really, I want you to shower this beautiful, amazing soul with love, with abundance, with appreciation. Like, I want her to feel so much love. Nice. We'll try. Thanks, Hala. Lots of love.
Oh, I can see it. Thank you, everyone. Really, thank you. And Dee, I can tell you, I appreciate you so much. I'm happy to be here to connect with you, to connect with all your students and clients, and to help. Like, we all do something that if we share that thing that we do really good with others, they can do it too, and the world becomes a better place.
Yeah, you're not alone. You guys are not alone. We all been there. We all been in a mess. We turn that mess around, make it a powerful message where we can empower you. And now it's your turn. Now it's your turn to take that mess and to make it a message for your moms, for your people, so we can create this ripple effect. And that's how we make change beyond just the money.
Yeah.
That's how we make influence.
Yes.
Me and Hala share our message so it can empower you. You will empower your kids, your neighbors. That's how we create the ripple effect. And I'm so excited. I couldn't be more grateful for Hala to premiere this show, to open up, because I don't spend with no one so much time that I spend with you. Like, seriously.
I love it. I'm special. You're special. And there's so much synergies between us, our background, what we're doing. We're both moms and we're both so excited to share what we're doing. Like, I feel like I don't hold back on anything and you don't hold back on anything either.
Yay, Lauren just shared. So, look at our unicorn. we had such a great conversation. You guys are so awesome. Yay! Thank you, Tina, and hugs. Oh, Curti, you're such a blessing. I'm just so happy meeting you again after meeting in breakout room. Love and hugs. Yeah, she was also with Selena. You were together in the breakout room. That's awesome.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you,
guys. We're gonna wrap this up. Join me next week for another surprise guest, and stay safe. Take care of yourself and make some shit happen.
Yes. Mwah. Have a great week, everyone. Go make impact. Believe in yourself. Don't let anything stop you. And if you need any help, you have two people here who are willing and more than loving to support you and help you succeed. Yeah.